Hello, everyone. Ben Bryce, joined by Teddy Tarvis on August 6th, give you your midday mayhem. And Teddy, we had quite the day yesterday with these markets falling apart. And it seems like today, all that excitement kind of gone.
Yeah, well, towards the end of the day yesterday, we got a little bit of strength, and seems like we're sort of holding it up in corn, so that's good news. Wheat is up a little bit here, but yeah, beans are back and forth. And in the way of news, there's just not really too much out there. And until these funds want to start covering some shorts, I think we're just going to essentially stay sideways, especially going into this supply and demand report coming out exactly a week from yesterday, so the 12th. So yeah,
it seems like right now a lot of the markets, especially around ag, there's not really too much news pertaining directly to ag. Sure, yesterday afternoon we got the good to excellent ratings and they were up or down 1%. And this time of the year, that doesn't really impact these markets all that much. Kind of got to wait till harvest to see if those yields are there. I mean, the biggest story right now is, I guess, lack of demand, and are yields going to be as good for corn as people expect them to be? But we've been talking about that for 2 months. And you look at the price action in these markets, we aren't really seeing all that much activity. You are seeing a lot more headlines come out around the world, right, with what's going on in the Middle East, Israel and Hamas, and then you have now Israel and Iran. They're kind of spiking things up. So you have the U.S. involvement getting more and more active over there. Some U.S. troops were hurt in attack, so U.S. is bound to get involved in some form or fashion. We also have what's going on with the Fed and what Japan's doing with their U.S. debt and how that's impacting our markets. That was most of that move yesterday. Mm-hmm. So if we're seeing any activity right now in these grains, you got to be looking at the outside markets. What is the economy doing? What are energies doing? What is the Fed going to do come here in September? So
yeah, so essentially it's going to be, what are your macroeconomic factors that affect it? So yeah, I mean, kind of hit the nail on the head there. What happened with our economy yesterday? Everything sort of fell apart there, and I think there's a lot of fear right now in the market. So it's definitely something to pay attention to going forward, especially in the back half of the year.
Right, and there's a lot of talk right now too with cattle and what's going on in the cash market versus what's going on in the futures, because we aren't really seeing all that much cohesiveness with the cash price and the futures price. But you are seeing cattle move a little bit more dynamically with the stock market when that's and what's going on there. So really, guys, right now these markets are fairly quiet. They've been quiet. It may continue to be that way, but if we do see any outside factors that come into affect our market, it's most likely going to be from the macro side. And like you mentioned earlier, if we see anything, it might maybe a surprise move on the fund side. If they come in here, because they are still holding those massively short positions. And with the election coming up here in a few months, maybe they look to take some risk off going into that.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
With that, guys, short one today. There's not really a lot to talk about. So if you guys need anything, give us a call. We're available anytime. 1-800-2-MARKET. That's 1-800-262-7538. And Teddy, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.